Okay, awesome. That was actually only a couple of seconds. We got a hold of ByuL pretty quick, so I think he may have been watching the game, just waiting to see who was going to win. Solar, by the way, I love Solar. I'm just going to put this on screen real quick. Solar is like, if I win today, we need to change the tournament name to Make Solar Great Again. Solar, you are like the best Korean memester I've ever met. But say when ready. This is going to be the grand finals. It's a best of 5. This is where most of the money is worth. 66% of the prize pool will go to the winner. I don't know if there's any coupon codes left. I certainly hope there are. Please go to the Match Arena link, guys. Make Korea great again. But they're saying go, go, go. So let's do this so I can finally tell you guys about the good news. Let's move on in here. All right, so there's a guy in chat named The Truth. At this point, you're getting dangerously close to just being an unnecessary troll, dude. So I'm going to ask you kindly to stop. I don't want to have to get the mods to time you out, but to just clarify a couple things. First off, he asked, and this wasn't innocent enough of a question, didn't BaseTradeTV raise a bunch of money for that Canadian thing and it flopped? This is kind of an annoying troll because people went out of their way. You know, it's the classic, we hate BaseTradeTV, and it was everybody who didn't go to the event that assumed it was terrible. I challenge you to find anybody who went to the tournament and tell me, or ask them if they had a good time, and find me one person who said they didn't. And as far as how full it went, we had about 200 people on average for day 1 and day 2. A little bit less for day 3 because we learned a day 3 for a tournament is not at all necessary as everybody has to go back home and work. So, I don't know. There's no way in which I think Hell's Boot Time was a failure. It went so good in so many ways. It was our best debut into live casting ever. It's the first time we really got to sit down and do that. I loved it. So if you guys have seen those comments on Reddit, if you've heard rumors otherwise, I'm not just saying this because I'm trying to save face. It was legitimately the best time of my life, and I can't wait to do it again. But we'll introduce the players, and we'll get into the good news I've been teasing all night. Spawning here to the north side of Vonnie Research Station, we got the blue Zerg player, Solar. Bottom side of the map is going to be his opponent, ByuL, who did go for that earlier pool, taking that gas and looking to get aggressive. So, I've told Golden the news so you can tell his stream in Korean. I'm telling you guys now live, we have a sponsor picked up for this tournament. Coming in 2017, this is going to be happening 3 times a month with regular prize pools. And then once a month will be the grand finals, a monthly finals, if you will, with a bigger prize pool with invited players based on results from the weeklies. The sponsor I'm talking about, though, is going to be Twitch. The tournament is going to be, and I quote, powered by Twitch. We've laid out the groundwork. We've got contracts being made. I'm so excited. I asked very specifically if we could talk about like upgrading the cups and all these things, and they said sure. Just don't promise them anything too much. But guys, it's happening, and I'm really excited for it because this was literally just 4 weeks of tournaments to buy some time in December to have a bit of fun. But the viewership for this has been out frickin' standing. We've had great signups. You guys have contributed tons of money to making this even more worthwhile, and I'm really excited to have a very awesome announcement like that for 2017. So the budget's been set. We've got it planned out for a whole year, and as long as nothing goes wrong, I have to find a new admin, though, because Oli Moly's unfortunately not going to be available. Shout out to Oli Moly, by the way. She is the one adminning. I kind of forgot to give some credit to that. She's the one who's been adminning tonight, making it awesome. But more on that, I guess, in some downtime, because ByuL is about to dart on into the main. Solar has no idea about this. He just reached out for a third. Queen gets surrounded, and this might just already be game. There's more lings coming across the map, too. There's almost nothing Solar can do at this point. He's building his own lings, but he's already bleeding out so many drones. Down to an equal amount. Okay, kind of evens it up from there, but there's still so many more lings for ByuL. He's got to clean up, and ByuL does have that surround on the Queen. He's going to pick this off here in just a second. Drone's getting pulled into it to try and keep her alive a little bit longer. If the Queen can live, maybe he goes to that mineralize. Maybe he sits between the drones and holds on a little bit longer. Speed's going to finish up for Solar in a second, so he won't be at such a disadvantage. But ByuL, he's got to make a hard choice right now, and that's either go ham or go for macro. And he's not recovering behind this. He's going ham. Drones aren't being made. His lings aren't doing much more than killing queens right now. Plague so loud. Thank you, whoever that was. We'll get to it in a second, because this game is on the verge of defeat. Solar pulls back. He's kept enough drones alive to match that of his opponent, but now it has to deal. It comes to dealing with the lings. Queens will give you an advantage. It won't be much of one, but it will be an advantage. Fighting on the ramp's going to be the best case scenario, too. It helps nullify the numbers advantage ByuL had initially, but I think at this point, man, Oh, this is nasty. Both players get try and macro out of this, I guess. They're going to start building drones. 5 coming out of ByuL. He did build a natural base, but still sitting with a considerably larger amount of lings on the map. 25 lings to 18. Solar is still on the ropes. Now, who was that? Shifty Eye Shadowcraft donated $30. Thank you so much. This huge fan of your stuff. Wishing success and joy in all you do. Dude, I'm going to be putting that money right into our gigantic fundraiser. Thank you for that contribution. It is definitely appreciated. And thank you for the bits and the cheers and everything that we had during the commercial break. You guys are fan-freaking-tastic. I was really hesitant to turn bits on for so long, but I'm glad to see that you guys have gotten into them, and I'm glad to see you guys are liking them. But anyways, I should also note the last part of that announcement is we are not going to keep calling the tournament Make Korea Great Again going into 2017. I have to come up with a better name. Not required by Twitch. I just really don't want to go into the year with Make Korea Great Again. The amount of Team Liquid drama and people getting upset in chat over the name being a silly parody blew me away. Not in a good way. It was like if you guys go to the Team Liquid thread, it's been like moderated heavily. They've like put the smackdown on like what you can and can't discuss. People took this joke way out of hand. So we'll be changing the name of the tournament. That's for certain. I just don't know to what yet. But anyways, as this continues to go on, banelings are made, so it looks like Solar got a pretty nice hit over there as I was mousing over elsewhere. My bad, as I was correcting something in chat. 35 drones to the 25, though, puts ByuL in a pretty sweet spot. Problem is, Solar's not necessarily going to be able to take advantage of this. Ideally, if your opponent's up this many workers and going for a third, it's because they've given up some army value of some variety, but not the case. The lings running around the map also going to put Solar a little bit on edge. One ling gets to that natural base, and spooky enough for him. 2 just kind of chilling for the time being. Maybe going to scout something. I love it in chat. Hurts the Gig says, if choosing between go ham or go home, always go ham. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Ling Scout in the main does see the layer timing. Not a lot to really do in the natural base, but seeing that layer lets him kind of know that this might lead to the road of Mutalisks that we all expect. Well, Queen's pushing out a little bit for them overlords. Yeah, pick up 1 or 2 maybe. Unfortunately, though, the banelings are really doing a great job of zoning ByuL out. He's really scared to run into these. He doesn't want to run up that ramp, so he just keeps sending in 2 lings at a time. It's mostly for scouting. If you can pick anything out, that's obviously the best, but cancels one of the banelings. Kind of cool there, I guess. But without like 6 or 7 of his own, he's not ready to go for the attack. He has, however, stepped it up. Roach Warden is thrown down, and while Solar's moving towards Mutalisks, Roaches might just hit that sweet, sweet timing. It is worth noting that, of course, Mutalisks will trump Roaches at the end of the day, but it's one of those things that do the Roaches do too much damage in the time it takes? Will the Nidusworm even be slapped down at a ByuL? We'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. But, no, really, I think Solar could be in a bit of trouble. He doesn't know about this till just now. He's going to see those Roaches come across the map with that ling for the first time. Overlord was not in position. That's a big part of why ByuL was picking them off to push them away. But even if Solar's Spire finishes, he's still going to have to wait the like 20 or 30 seconds it takes to build a Mutalisk. Spine Crawlers are coming down almost out of desperation, it feels. But the banelings can take care of those. They can just walk up that ramp and bust on through. In fact, that's kind of what he's trying to do. Spine Crawlers aren't even done. Looking for those ling kills. Splashes on some of the spines. Looking for that drone line. But of course, hitting the lings will be best. Gets a little bit scary. Trades out for the banelings. Takes out that spine crawler. Still banelings alive. Looking for the lings. The roaches come on in. They're going to focus fire down whatever they can. Ramp is caught, though, and this is not looking good for Solar. Down to 8 army supply. I think, in fact, it's enough to call it game. Even if he makes the mutas, only 5 are going to be made. That's not nearly enough. He knows it, too. GG's! ByuL will take the first game in the series. Very nicely done. ByuL showing that he is quite the good player. But we'll see what the next game has in store. Find out what map pick he wants. We're going to go to a small commercial break because it is the finals, guys. I do apologize, but we'll see you in a couple minutes while we get this next game ready to go. Alright folks, welcome back. Game number 2 loading in as we speak. It's a bit of a black screen because of course I was tabbed out as we started loading in, but it is going to be still the finals if you're just tuning in. The finals of finals is best of 5. Let's get that sound back on. Let's get this underway. And of course, he is currently down 1 in this series. Bottom right side of the map. It was his map choice. The blue Zerg player splices Solar. And the top left going to be the red Zerg player, ByuL. All right, so the bracket was pretty awesome today. We had, let's see, who did these guys beat to get here? ByuL beat Sue, Zest, Ryung, Alive, and Lily Kaneen to get to the finals. Solar had, I think, a bit of an easier run, but still a tough one nonetheless. He had to beat Jakshi, Hero, Billowy, and Keen. I think that was Hero, yeah. And Keen. No, wait. Was that Hero? No, it's Dream. Excuse me. Sorry, let me back that up there. Solar beat Jakshi, Dream, Billowy, and Keen. Their names in challenge don't match what their names are in game, so forgive me. But a really impressive run out of both. I am more impressed with ByuL, though. He had a really tough top side of the bracket, and on top of that comes out a swinging game 1, 1-0 versus Solar. Now, that was a bit of dirty tricks. It was an early pool, had some gas, and it was Vana Research Station. Maybe Echo is a different game altogether. Some of these players have kind of proven at this point, even if it's a mirror matchup, there are those one maps, those one games they just don't want to play on. We've actually had express complaints about that when we used to do this with the Olima League. People will be really upset about some of the preset maps, but for the most part, it became not a problem later on once the maps got better. Solar, I guess, had gone for a Drone Scout 2 while I was looking at the brackets. Again, a little more unconventional, but if you're worried about an early pool, an absolute must. So, didn't really get to stick around and do too much. Obviously wasn't looking for Spine Crawler cheese. And knows the timing of his opponent's pool and gas. Back at home, though, Queen starts up. A couple of Lings. I can't say he'll invest in too many of these. Like, he'll see the first two coming out of ByuL, and this is not at all surprising. I think he'll be just fine going for what he's going for. ByuL does start abandoning this back at home, but I actually could not tell you right now if that's going to be defensive or offensive. He got really aggressive in game number 1. And I think the general rule of thumb right now is aggression goes to the Zerg player. Victories go to the aggressor lately. It used to be all about that defender's advantage, but the timing attacks, getting across the map and hitting so hard, it's working wonders for the aggressive Zerg. Good example of this would be go watch that series Scarlet versus Leenock from like 2 days ago. We did the rebroadcast yesterday. It's up on YouTube, but point stands that it was a pretty good example of aggressive Zerg. Now, Solar's not really done anything too crazy. You know, he didn't play greedy. He didn't go for this really fast third base. He's getting it a pretty timely manner. ByuL manages to take his because there's no opposition, but with the 4 Lings here, he should be able to clear this out and take the base. Vafrudner in chat says, call the tournament Solar Steady Income Cup. Well, he has to win this for that to be true. Of course, he already made the joke saying, like, you should call the tournament Make Solar Great Again. We'll see how he's doing. I mean, right now, it's used to be down 1 game. Doesn't look so impressive. Speed's going to finish up, though. Looks like he'll be darting across the map in a moment's time. Does find that 1 Ling kind of cheeky in the main. As he hits across, though, ByuL does have Banelings, and whether you got Speedlings or Slowlings, point is you're still going to die to Banelings about the same way if you hit them on the wrong angle. So Solar gets over here. There's no way to know the timing. Like, maybe those Banelings are almost done. Maybe they're not. He's willing to spend a couple Lings to test. Ends up pulling back and just trying to get some pressure on that third. Like, look over here, fight me over here. Like, get off of that. There's a lot of no creep between the bases. It really hurts the reinforcement points. As I start losing my ability to think and speak. I think numbers are a little bit too good for ByuL. If Solar is hoping that ByuL's going to take the bait and overreact, he's not. He's droning up a lot behind this. Looks like a single Baneling. Unfortunately, not 2, thanks to this Queen. Killing 1, but a single Baneling sneaks into Solar's mineral line. Probably gave him a mini heart attack, because if that had been 2 Banelings, he would have just lost his worker lead, which is one of the best things he has going for him right now. People are talking about scores in chat, and I just want to remind everybody this is a best of 5, not a best of 3, so the 2-0s and 2-1 predictions aren't going to cut it, because you'll have to have 3 games to win. Actually, what are the bets looking like right now? Not that crazy, actually. About 2K on Solar, about 7K on ByuL. So I guess people are a little bit indecisive on who they want to put their partoofs on for this one. Old Jimmy! Thank you for the 4-month resub. Glad to have you back. Hope your sciatica's not acting up. Or other old people things. Of course, the Baneling's going to work out a little bit better for Solar when aided by Queens. He won't have to worry about his opponent's Banelings getting too dangerous. But as game number 1, once again in game 2, we have the Roach versus Muta dynamic. This time around, though, I think the Mutas might actually have a chance to spawn. Solar's much faster in terms of getting to here. He's also got his own Roaches coming out should he need them. And the Mutas might just be an advantage. Like, seriously, 5 Mutas maybe at most. Although it's Solar and he does like to go a little bit heavier than that. Regardless, both players going for Spires. Whoa, ByuL starts his own up behind this. There are some awkward rules of engagement when it comes to ZvZ, and one of them typically is like if your opponent doesn't go for a Spire, you don't keep making Mutas. So by doing this, ByuL kind of gives Solar the ability to keep going heavy into Mutas, and Solar loves Mutas. He really does. But ByuL appears to love Roaches. Roach speed coming up, +1 range weapons coming up. That'll benefit the Queens too to shoo off some of the anti-air. My god, this has been a slow game though. I really thought this was going to heat up with the way they were taking things, but still just droning. Solar squeezing out a couple more Roaches, and those Spires will be finished here very shortly. What will be interesting is what kind of upgrades come out of the Spires though. If they're both going to go for weapon upgrades, then neither player had any idea about the Spire, but Solar just scouted, so he might go for Carapace. In fact, he will, because Carapace has been, through time and time again, proven the better I'm fighting other Mutalisks upgrade. A lot of it has to do with the way the Glaive Worm bounces around, but regardless of that, there's a couple components to Muta fights. You know, you've got Lings on the ground, you get Mutas in the sky, you get the upgrades through armor. This can go a couple different ways. But the big thing was ByuL just scouted as well, and now he knows that Solar's also going to Mutas. It's kind of boring to report on the fact that, hey, he's going for Mutas and so is the other guy, but it was pretty key how they got to that point. And as we can see, the upgrade's clearly affected by this. Carapace for both players. 4th base is coming down, going to be very important. There's 2 aspects to fighting the Mutas, right? Like, one is you get a little bit ahead, and seriously, having even as little as 1 extra Mutalist can win you the war. But if you can't get those kills and you need to get ahead another way, having the money to do it certainly works, outproducing your opponent, so having the 4th base. But when it comes to Muta versus Muta, rarely do these games seem to go down to the Mutas. It's usually the Lings underneath it. And Solar's got quite a few. Infornography. Boy, that sounds really dirty. Do you like get off to information, man? Did I want to know that? Does the fact that I didn't get off to learning that make me not have Infornography? Either way, thank you for that Twitch Prime sub. And before I just like read that completely wrong. Anyways, Muta count currently stands at 13 to 17, so Solar still looking to rock those Mutas. Again, his upgrade should be finished a little bit earlier too, so if he takes any sort of fight, it'll be better. It's hard for the players to tell, though. They don't have a great counter. There's that classic in control reference to the more wings flapping than they have wings flapping, and it's guesswork at most, or at best most of the time. But Ling's going to be running down the south, escorted by the Mutas. The Mutas of ByuL, though, are not escorted by Lings. And while these might get some damage done, Solar can come back with his own Mutas and trade out for these. Drones are going to die, and that kind of sucks, but he's going to run in with the Lings. Oh, he's going to find some Banelings waiting for him, though. Oh, no! Oh, the second one is almost good, too, but he does pull back at the very last second. That gets really messy really quick. 6 drones died for Solar while that happened. And the Muta fight might just favor ByuL because he's got a couple reinforcements that can come join the fight. Both players just kind of flocking on in, hoping for the best. Solar's fingers across, a little bit harder though. That Mutalisk upgrade helped too at the start of the fight, so he's actually got a small lead. If he falls back into the Queens, if he's baited to the Spore Crawlers, this will go badly for him. But he's won this fight. He's going to disengage. 14 Mutas to 8, not too shabby. Other side of the map though, the Lings, and like I said, the Lings are a big part of this. The Baneling looking for a heart of the Lings, but doesn't quite get it. Still enough to scare this off, and Solar's going to breathe. Macro's been a pretty big component behind this. If either player didn't have the minerals and gas coming in, they wouldn't be able to take these fights. Solar, once again, should come out victorious from this, and ByuL is starting to really lose out on these Muta engagements. 15 to 9 now. In fact, even less than that. 8 and less. Middle of the map, the Ling fight is a bit awkward, but that one single Baneling Solar has is enough to scare off most of ByuL's army. The Mutas could come back too and help start policing that, but he wants to keep the pressure strong. I like picking off the Overlords too. Both players have kind of limited map vision in that regard, but +1 weapons finishing up for Solar will be done a little bit sooner. Again, a lot of these Muta fights come down to Solar being finished just like a little bit sooner. And then it snowballs. Patridge, thank you for the 10-month resub. Good to have you back on board. 2 months away from getting your Partoof. But yeah, both players still continue to invest in mutas. I don't think it's a bad thing for ByuL to be doing this, but at this point, he doesn't have like an infestation pit for infestors. It's not that many queens to pull up the middle of the map. He does have queens fighting with the mutas, and this will help out a little bit, but I think the numbers out of Solar should still just win through. Yeah, 23 to 11, not looking good for ByuL. Link's going to wrap around that bottom side, get hit by some of the banelings, but look to just get on top of the queens. Mutas have absolutely won out. This is where ByuL contemplates tapping out. He's got a big counterattack set up, though, so he's not done with Solar just yet, and Solar is rushing back home to try and defend against this. Queen's going to buy a little bit of time, but looks like damage is going to be dealt. Mutas also killing the third base while this goes on. This is crazy bad. This is crazy messy. Solar taking minimal drone losses. Never mind, take that back. That jump really quick went from like 12 to 21, and it still hasn't been cleaned up yet, but it looks like Lynx will finally lock this down on the ramp. Mutas still going ham on the other side of the map. Spore Crawlers didn't even get a chance to finish, just ends up canceling them all. Fourth base under attack as well. Spine Crawler going to buy just a little bit of time. Mutas and Lynx darting in to clean this up, but overall, across the board, GG is going to get called, and Solar is going to tie up the series 1-1. Another new sub coming in from Protagonist Gator. Man, you guys are spoiling me silly tonight. I think we reported the sub count earlier at like 1,121. We're up to 1,132 now. That's fantastic. Thank you guys for keeping the stream dream alive. It is going to be ByuL's map pick, and the reason we're doing breaks is because it takes about 2 minutes to set up lobbies anyways, so don't go anywhere. I'll see you guys soon. All right, that took a little bit longer than expected, but not by much. We're just waiting on Solar to ready up at this point, so... Oops. Pretend you didn't see that. Waiting for Solar to ready up at this point. We're in Newkirk Precinct for map number 2. And, or map number 3, excuse me, is it's tied up on 1. But yeah, we're just waiting on Solar. All right, there we go. Booyah! All right, game number 3. It's the grand finals. We should probably find out what the prize pool is approximately worth, so let me go do some maths real quick. Gonna pull up the handy-dandy calculator. Oh, StarCraft might get mad at me for tabbing out while we're loading in. All right, the prize pool for today is currently at $361. I don't know if there's any codes left. I hope you guys will check for me, though, and use them up if there are. Thank you to Shandith for the $10 contribution to the prize pool today as well. That's absolutely fantastic and generous of you. But let's see. $361. What is 66% of that? It's about $238 on the line for first place. That's not too bad. Got a resub coming in. Harry Pun for the 11 months. Thank you very much. But let's get into the player intros. Game number 3 underway and spawning here in the bottom left side of the map. We got the blue Zerg player. It's Solar. And his opponent at the bottom right, going to be the red Zerg player, ByuL. All right, we've had a fantastic showing today. I would like to, of course, really truly thank everybody for tuning in. Again, if you're from the front page or Twitch, if it's your first time on the channel, do me a favor, hit that follow button if you're liking the StarCraft, and come back for more, because we do StarCraft almost every single day. This is actually one of the last days. We get a small break for Christmas, and then we'll be back on the day after Christmas for the Corsair Cup. The Corsair Cup is going to have its own special announcement, too. I hope you guys liked the news I was able to bring to you about Twitch sponsoring the Korean tournament for next year. I'm excited to go through with it, and hopefully we'll see some great stuff come out of it. But I may talk to Matcherino. It's kind of like 50-50. Like, I love working with Matcherino. And I love that players and fans can connect a little bit better through the prize pool, but I don't know. It's for them, they've got limited budgets too. Holy frickin' flippin' moly, though! I just said your name wrong, man. You gonna give me bits like that? Prognosticator. 10,000 bits! Rifkin, am I still a dragon boss, as you put it? Just kidding. Merry Smithmas. Keep up the awesome. Dude, blessed be you and Devin Wolf with the very generous bits today. Thank you so much. Guys, I gotta ask you a huge favor, though. I really appreciate that. Prognosticator, you're amazing. But if anyone is gonna cheer with bits, please do me a favor. If you're above 1,000 bits, do it with the Krieggasm face. Do the cheer mote. You guys have no idea how badly I want to see the Creekgasm Rainbow. I haven't seen it yet. I've only seen it on the the Twitch preview thing. I haven't seen it in the bigger streamers' streams. I haven't seen it in our stream. So if anyone else is like feeling that Christmas spirit, if you're gonna do it, please do it with a cheer mode. I really want to see that Creekgasm face. Vulork for the 28 months as well. Thank you for that resub, sir. But this is a bit of an odd game. Both players actually got a bit of interesting early game scouting and now move towards these thirds. Solar, of course, didn't quite see ByuL sneak these Zerglings up here, so it's kind of some cheeky tactics. It's really hard to roll 2 Banelings without speed into a base where there's queens waiting for them. Typically, one of them at least will get picked off, but ByuL's got no reason to really look for that, or Solar's got no reason to look for it, but ByuL's actually running across the map with a lot of lings, and that just gave him a big signal that something was coming. He's going to find these Banelings a little bit awkwardly, and of course, for him, his speed's only just finishing up. Third base got canceled to bring everything back a little bit safe, put down a Spine Crawler too. He's got to deal with those Banelings, though. Speed's up, and he's going to be running around them for now, but that's not going to kill them. Queens have got to get there. There we go. Going to start focusing him down. Rootfly, thank you for that sub. While we got this going on, he's going to dive in and try and suicide one of the lings for the Baneling. Doesn't quite get it. I think that's like a 1 health on the Baneling. Feels bad, man. Spine Crawler will help lock down the ramp. The Queens, of course, got a little bit of extra damage, too. Cancels the Spine Crawler. Okay. I guess he thought this was going to be a lot more aggression than it ended up being, so realizing that there wasn't another flood of lings, Solar decides to take a deep breath. This is a really big part of him having the overlords across the map. Like, he sees the third base, and it's deceptive, because he thought maybe I'll get away with things, I'll get away with my own third. ByuL tricks him into with some aggression, but yeah. Now moving on to Roaches. This looks a lot more similar to Game 1. Direct Action for the 11-month resub. Thank you very much for coming back for almost 1 full year. By the way, oh man, I keep reading your name. It's the capital G that's throwing me off. But Prognosticator, I'll make sure Zombie Grub knows you threw in those bits too. I know she's not here right now, but she'll be very happy to hear about the generosity. You and Devin Wolf both today get our sincerest gratitudes. Ling's running south. No, boop, boop. A little bit scary. Flotty R60 saying, is it possible to donate in Bitcoins? Yo, it should be, but it's not. I've never really understood Bitcoins, and I didn't want to get caught up in messing it up. So I've never set up any sort of Bitcoin acceptance. But thank you for the thoughts, I suppose. Lings and Banelings outside the third just kind of dancing around. It's all slow and it's all awkward, so nobody can do too much. Roaches are calming. There's a good chunk of them, too. Unfortunately, though, I don't think Solar's going to see them. Not just yet, at least. He's busy running away from the Lings. Queen's starting to push off the Overlords. He will see these Roaches now. He had his own Roach Horde making. He's got his own Roaches coming out now. But, of course, as we saw earlier, lots of Lings can deal with small amounts of Roaches. It's those 2 Banelings that are keeping him from pouncing on top of this. The Chosen One, BM. Oh, that Baneling hit was fantastic. Thank you for those bits. ByuL ends up getting a great hit, and Solar loses most of what he had. Those Lings were supposed to buy him all the time in the world. They're supposed to be the cannon fodder for the Roaches, while his defender's advantage slowly built up, but now he's in a lot of trouble. The Roach count not matching that of ByuL's just yet. Of course, Baneling's still on both sides, looking for some splash damage coming in. 11 Roaches to 9, but Solar's Roaches are already almost dead, and ByuL might just snowball off of this. He's not there yet. Defender's advantage is pretty key when it comes to these sort of fights, but Solar not looking so hot. Lots of Lings pop out, though. 22 might just be enough to surround this. While this goes on, though, ByuL is not droning. He's building more Lings. He's looking to come across the map. He just built a Ravager. He got a Corrosive Bile hit. He's going to back away to these Lings are here. They're going to soak the hits. That nasty, nasty overkill for the Roaches is going to be fed right into those Lings, and more Ravagers coming in to heal up those low-health Roaches into full-health, brand-new Ravagers. Ooh, boy, 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 boy. It's getting a little bit messy. Corrosive Bile is going to land on one of ByuL's Ravagers, but Solar's still in trouble. That army supply is not recovering. Baneling's getting some very nice splash damage in there. The Lings are completely surrounding, and this is over. GG's. ByuL will take a 2-1 lead. Here are the finals. This, of course, is not over yet, though, because as I've been trying to emphasize, it's a best of 5, not a best of 3. So we still have a couple, maybe even just one more game to go. What are 10,000 bits worth? About $100, like ballpark-ish. So like that is some serious generosity. I was saying BM to the chosen one though, because he bumps off the pinned message from the 10,000 bits for a measly little 100. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you very much. You both appreciate it. But yeah, we're gonna get this next lobby up from the players. Again, thank you guys for watching. I'm only playing ads like this because it takes exactly that long to do these. So just taking advantage of the downtime. We'll see you soon. I'm also out of voice. I got nothing left for you. No small talk. He did it! 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 Yes, he did it! Okay, oops. As I hit my microphone. Let's screen reach in this. I'm probably not gonna get to see this again for a while. Prognosticator with the Greegasm. Thank you so much. I wanted to see this so badly. It's so stupid. I know it's not important, but oh my god, I wanted to see this so badly. Oh wait, I gotta make sure the players are ready. So that to be removed. Thank you for the Greegasm. We also had another really boss mode bit contribution during that break. Thank you so much to Messin. Messin, you are a true champion. You've been to the channel so many times. You've helped out with so many things. You just have my gratitudes. Thank you so much. I don't know why I bowed. You should be the one bowing. I should be the one thanking you. I'm doing the wrong emotion. I'm too excited about the Greegasm. I'm gonna be honest. Thank you so much. We also had Dove and Wolf, who was very generous earlier today. Donate $40 to the prize pool, bringing the grand prize up to $410. And we got to remake this really quick because somebody had Protoss. Let me just do that. We got some more shout-outs to do. Play again. Anyways, thank you again, Prognosticator. Thank you very much to Messin. Your generosity is almost unmatched. Bloodful Guy threw in some bits. We got Spiglet23 with a brand new sub as well. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. Thank you guys so much. Making my day. I've been forwarding these messages to Zombie Girl, by the way. She is kind of like in and out of internet because she's setting up in Nation Wars right now, but she at the last time I messaged her said thanks as well. So I'm assuming she was also very grateful. Anyways, what does it say? I didn't even read the message. I was just so excited about the friggin' the freaking Greegasm. Says, here's your Megagasm, you filthy animal. Met you in Nettie's stream a little. Oh, dude, a little while ago. Glad I was finally able to catch your stream. You're good people. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Nettie's a really cool person. I'm glad I got to meet her. I got everyone here in the lobby. Oh, it happened again! Messin! Messin, are you messing with me, bro? Thank you so much. That's awesome. That's I gotta add everyone's name here to the overlay in a sec. You guys are like super duper extra special, but looks like everyone's here. Oh wait, I gotta move Solar up. I'm like getting way too excited about this. Ready? High five. Too slow. Thank you guys so much. That's awesome. That's freaking awesome. Deep breaths. They're both saying go, 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 go. Let's get into it. It's game 4. Might be the last game of the series. And of course, it's still on Overgrowth. Dove and Wolf, Messin, and again, I can't say your name. I keep on saying protagonist every time I read it, but Prognosticator, Messin, and Dove and Wolf have all dropped crazy, insane bits on the stream today. Like, what is our bit? 62,000 bits. What the fuck is that? That's all gonna be. I can't even. You guys, thank you so much. Chosen One keeps knocking off the floating creek. Can we ban Chosen One, please? Chosen One, son of a bitch. Thank you very much. Let's get into the game, shall we? It's match point. Again, the prize pool's been brought up to a total of $410 thanks to the many of you contributing, as well as the folks who have actually put in some of the real dollar bills. So again, Dove and Wolf, Incorruptible Lizard, Walgren 78, Tinker 2A. You guys have made the prize pool for this particular tournament really awesome. But spawning here in the top right side, we've got the Blue Zerg player playing for Splice. It's Solar. And it's the bottom left going to be none other than the Red Zerg ByuL. As I take a deep breath and try and recover from doing what was basically jumping jacks, I gotta give some thanks to Yohasi. So subs for 11 months. Says Merry Xmas. We're almost there. Solar with a Drone Scout too. Talk about that in a second. Hill4 with the cheers. Thank you so much. Farfake Nugan for the 11-month resub. Says Solar fighting. Well, he's gotta be. He's on his last life. Now, Solar does this drone scout once again to make sure there's not going to be an early pool. I like it. I think it's smart, but it is something that's costly. And objectively speaking, you are essentially putting yourself down almost 100 minerals by doing this. 150, in fact, depending on how long it takes to get back, but not technically worth it. And that's what a lot of Zerg pros will tell you. But I think when you're playing at a high-stakes tournament, when it's the finals and you're on your last life, all this sort of stuff, I think it's worth that little bit of a loss if it guarantees that you defend against early pools. So that if you defend against that aggression that you would have otherwise not been prepared for. You'll notice none of the games have ended in these awkward 2-minute GG timings. Well, one of them was kind of close to that. But for the most part, information's been pretty key on both sides of the field. And everybody's been doing fantastic to make sure they didn't get caught with their pants down. Oh my god, are you serious right now? Terminator 101, Merry Christmas, here's some monies! And then he throws in another Kriegasm for 10,000 bits. Terminator, another guy who has not just been around the channel for a long time, but has helped contribute to make events better for players, make bigger and better events at that. Dude, you as well have my sincerest thanks. There's a few people who really, you guys, it's not like you come and go. I remember these names, and the ones who keep coming back and help us build up these events, we rarely get to take money from it. We usually funnel it all towards the players. So for once in a blue moon, it's really these bits. I'm gonna like cry. Like I'm laughing because I don't know how to deal with the emotions right now. It's a little bit awkward, but thank you guys so much. That's really, really fantastic. And of course, it's good to have that Kriegasm in chat. Quickly, someone ban Chosen though. Don't let him cheer again. He's gonna remove the Kriegasm from the chat. Kriegasm though, seriously. Tell me that's not like the best cheer mode. Seriously, like the Swift Rage one catches a little bit of fire. Pfft, who cares? The Kappa one gets like a little bit gay and winks at you. Okay, but the Kriegasm one is the best one, no doubt about it. I feel like I'm on shrooms looking at it. Anyways, Ling's giving chase in the middle of the map, but we have a lot coming down the middle and down the center out of ByuL. But Solar once again was ready for this. He saw this coming, but problem is, he's got to be in position, and that's not going to be easy. Blunderful Guy is considered the Grinch of Christmas. Thank you for ruining the Kriegasm. Ban Blunderful Guy! As the Lynx continue to dance around this third base, it's a little bit awkward. Solar doesn't quite have enough. Like, it's so very barely not having enough either. He really wants to take this engagement and clean this up, but the Ling count, it favors ByuL. Ling's coming in for the backside too, but Solar takes a fight with his Queen, and the Queen's going to help a lot, but isn't going to be enough. 33 Lings to the 17. Solar's on the outs, and this is not looking good. The surround compiles in. The Queen goes down. The Lings are gone, and this might just be game. 7 Roaches are coming out. 7 Roaches can fight hard, but is that going to be enough? I mean, Solar's pulling drones. He's going to tap out. GG's get called. Ladies and gentlemen, ByuL will be the very last champion to make Korea great again. Hard Revenge, thank you for the Swift Rage. A little bit of tilt going on in chat. Dove and Wolf, I said, what a guy. We got to update this. We're done with the stream, but I'm still going to update it. Dove and Wolf, Terminator 101. Go no tag it, man. I keep wanting to say protagonist. It doesn't work. Prognosticator. That's what it is. Prognosticator. By the way, Prognosticator, were you the guy who was at the Twitch meetup by chance, or are you just also a fan of Nettie? I'm curious because there was a guy that was with Nettie when I met her. Not sure if same person or not. And who was that? Messin, and I think that was it. Hopefully, I didn't miss any names there. What am I gonna do with this? This doesn't even fit. What a guy doesn't even work anymore. It's like what a bunch of guys. Oh, hang on. What awesome dudes. There you go. I'm done. I can't. Thank you guys so much. You guys are phenomenal people. If I've accidentally left someone's name off that list, I do sincerely apologize. The bits have been raining hard tonight, and I am just still like, whew. Anyways, I have to quickly try and catch these guys before they disappear and ask for their payment info. So we're gonna, We'll look into this more in a second. I guess they've already started logging off. Well, I've got Solar. I've got Solar on Skype at least. I'm pretty sure I can get in contact with ByuL, and I'll have to reach out to Sue and Jockshi. I've got Jockshi on Skype. I'll have to find a way to get in contact with Sue. We'll get them their prize money. We wouldn't be able to pay it out right now anyways, because Zombie Grub's the admin, and she's at, like we said, at Nation Wars. But we'll make sure they're paid out ASAP. Everybody from this tournament's been paid out. Solar got the biggest paycheck of all time last week, though, with that $2,000 cup. Just absolutely insane. I do, oh man, I don't want to get too off topic, and I don't want to get greedy with this. I really, seriously, thank you guys for your bits. I do want to take this time, though, as we end the stream to do one last bit of advertisement, and that is, of course, for our fundraiser we're running. A lot of these bits that came in, I'm probably going to funnel some of them towards said fundraiser. We had a couple people donate since I brought this up earlier on stream. Crypt8 threw in $15. Mr. Halloween threw in $5. Gorbats Joff threw in $20. And then PKM Bulbasaur threw in $25 to our mega tournament fundraiser. We're up $1,599. $1,599 raised out of our $30,000 goal. Oh, it feels good. We are really rocking it, guys. For those who don't know what it is, this is not a fundraiser for a house. We already have the house paid for. It's already in Korea. Scarlett's moving in on like January 12th or something like that, okay? We've got that much covered. We've talked to the Koreans. We've talked to the foreigners. We're setting up schedules for these folks to come to the house as well and train there for the year. We've got No Regret, who's going to be living on site to do video content with us, take player vlogs, point of view videos of them playing the games. We're going to be hosting tournaments with them if we reach certain tournament goal or certain fundraiser goals. Some of the first goals, of course, are to help the players lessen the load of their rent, so they're only paying like $100 at most a month, probably even less than that type thing. And of course, once we are done with the year, we're going to get the money back, because the $30,000 we put into it was a safety deposit type thing, and that's the money we're going to use for a tournament. That's what we want to build into this really big, awesome thing. Our plan is for the end of 2017 to throw one of the most badass tournaments, and I hope you guys will help us make that possible. So do me a favor, type !MEGA before you leave the stream tonight. Thanks again for tuning in. We're going to go to one last commercial break. I'll come back and I'll say my last few goodbyes. But thank you all for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday for the Corsair Cup. All right, so I'm a little speechless. I tried to write in Twitch chat my feelings, because it's not something I feel like I could say on stream without turning into like a silly ball and a mess. So I hope you guys read it. I really truly mean it. There's no falsities. There's no fakeness. If it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't keep coming back and doing this. I fucking love you all. So that's all I'm really going to say to the stream. I got a couple of shout outs to do for my Patreons, because I've been trying to get back to doing this more. So thank you to these folks who support me outside of StarCraft. Tom KD, Alice, Jumper Legs, Marish, and Bobble Convolute. You guys, thank you for going that extra mile. I got to sit down with ByuL. He's asking me how to get his prize money, though, so I got to end it here. We're going to go find somebody to host. If you guys are interested in seeing some Zombie Grub, fully want to make it clear, we're not broken up. We haven't stopped casting together. She's going to come back to BaseTradeTV, and I know that it's saying we haven't broken up sounds like we were dating in the first place. We're not dating, guys. Come on, get over it. But the point is, I support her fully when she does. I think she's awesome. I'm glad Nation Wars gives her the opportunity to let the world know how awesome she is. I hope you guys will check out Nation Wars later today and watch her over there. But like I said, she'll be back for Christmas. She's going to be casting the Corsair Cup on Monday, and we'll get back to our more regular proceedings then. But tonight was a very exhausting solo cast, and I have to go help players get their money. So stick around if you want. We'll find somebody to host. If not, take care, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.